Let's freaking go, baby. Welcome into the PHNX Rising post-game show. Phoenix Rising with a 3-2-1 victory over New Mexico United in Albuquerque. We love to see it. The best thing about going to Albuquerque is leaving Albuquerque with a big old dub. I am Max Simpson. I'm in the dark, and I'm joined by a man who's quite literally in the light. He is glowing. He told me he's ascending. Rising is ascending after that win. It's Mr. Owain Evans. How we doing, man?
Don't get too ahead of yourself now, Max. I think we need to check the league table before we make comments like rising or ascending. Okay. In fact, no, they are still sitting in 8th spot in the Western Conference. But yes, a big win, big win. You could tell the energy, I think, coming off of some of the boys as they left the field. You could tell the energy coming off of Juan as he left the field. And yeah, I think, broadly speaking, this was a game they very much wanted. They knew what it meant to the fans. They know that it means that Max Simpson will be doing 3 shots tonight, is what I've heard. 1 for every goal. That's what I was told. That's what
that's what you said, by the way. No, I was never confirmed that is what you said.
No, that was official. That was official.
Okay, official by no one. It was you hacking.
I believe it was posted by PHNX Sports. So, yes.
And you have access to the account, which is an absolute crime. But you know what? We will get into a shot, folks. It's the toilet bowl. You know it there. It's the tequila. Bottoms up. Here we go.
Wait, Max, why are you drinking a shot out of Albuquerque?
What's that now?
Why are you drinking a shot out of Albuquerque?
Well, oh, very nice. That's actually pretty classy.
That took a little bit to twig in that mind there.
Yes. It did. Didn't taste like. I've been Albuquerque. Tastes much better. So the food's good there, but that was very satisfying because of the 3 goals scored by Phoenix Rising. Man, that was it was a much needed victory. I think it was something where you get the goal by Danny Trejo in the first half. Didn't really open things up, right? Because you're kind of thinking, okay, it was really their one clear-cut opportunity. New Mexico was threatening. Rakovsky had a point-blank save and a couple other half chances that he ended up clambering up. And you're thinking, they're going in at half, up 1-0. And I hope this isn't a match where they're holding on for dear life. Sure enough, there's the equalizer. But then Rising do something where they score a goal. They score another. And suddenly, you're kind of watching the last 30 minutes of the second half, and it's like Rising are on the front foot here. What's going on? This is nice.
Yeah, I think, look, we'll talk about this, I'm sure, in more detail as we go on, but there were a couple of moments where Phoenix Rising could have made that much higher scoring than it was. There were a couple of moments where you're just looking at it and saying, we'll play that square ball across on the break, and it's a tap in past the goalkeeper at that point. Look, it's it's weird to say this after the end of a game and you go, wow, 3-1. It could have been better. Yeah. It could have been better. At the end of the day, though, you walk home with 3 points from Albuquerque. They've done the job. They've done what the fans expected of them. We know that Phoenix Rising fans take this game pretty seriously. There is no love lost between these two sides on the field, off the field. And to come away with scoring multiple goals away from home, and find a way to look. I mean, the comment there says front 3 caused the NMU defenders trouble all night, right? Yep. It was transitional moments. It was quick. It was utilizing some of the speed that this team has to really just create so much of a difficulty at times for New Mexico's defenders. And that's something that we've spoken, I think, in the past about quite a bit, which is that sometimes this team didn't make the most of those transitional moments. They weren't always on the attack in the way that they should be. Sometimes they'd, by the very nature of the way that they play with a more possession-based style, they'd slow things down. Slow things down isn't the right way to go. But that isn't what we saw tonight from Phoenix Rising. We saw a team that was willing to take a few chances, press them in the right kind of ways, win the ball, especially in that second half, and really, really cause a lot of problems for a team that, I mean, New Mexico United, they're struggling now.
Yeah, they are, right? Like we kind of talked about on Monday's show, you know, new manager, trying to get the new manager bump in the second match, wasn't quite having it today. But no, I mean, to the point of what the chat's saying, right? Bendudu's Bluebird, like you mentioned, fret 3 causing the problems. I'm seeing everyone in the chat. It's just positive. It's raining positivity, right?
Well, they've just won 3-1 against New Mexico. Of course, it's raining positivity.
That's what I'm saying, man. We got Devin in the chat. Edward in the chat saying, haven't seen the match. Please, no spoilers. Yeah, okay, buddy. I'll believe that one. Damon was in the chat earlier looking to get some shots out of me. See Charles in the chat. CWP, Albert, Tyler, everyone in there. Appreciate you guys. And honestly, kind of going off of Bendudu's Bluebirds comment, the front 3 caused New Mexico defenders. It brings up your point of it was transitional. And it wasn't just the, only possession, like Devin's saying, no possession footy from Rising equals a Rising win. It wasn't just the empty possession. That, let's get right into the numbers, shall we? The numbers really tell the story of this match. Rising winning 3-1. XG 0.68 for Rising, 0.88 for New Mexico. Here's the thing. Rising lost the possession battle. 41% for Rising, 59% for New Mexico. Shots were equal. Let's see. New Mexico had one more shot on target than Rising, 5-4. But the other thing, too, it's the final third entries. New Mexico United had 76 final third entries. Rising had 41. New Mexico was the deeper team getting into Rising's half for most of the match, especially in the first half and at parts of the second. But to your point, it was the transition moments where New Mexico loses the ball after getting stifled by Rising's defense, and then Rising's going the other way. They didn't have as many final third entries or as much possession, but it didn't matter because they made their chances count.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And it's remarkable, isn't it, that we even were talking here about the fact that Rising could have scored even more.
Yeah.
I think, look, what we saw from New Mexico overall was moments whereby they would get into the final third, get into the penalty area. The crowd kind of, you're getting that, ooh, is something about to come? And they do nothing with it. The shots were not great. A lot of those shots on target were pretty much straight at Patrick Krakowski in the Rising goal. They weren't challenging him, really.
Yeah.
I think that, again, most of the time, they were kind of taking it easy on him, it felt.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of this is confidence. I wonder how much of this is just their team stalling out a little bit. I think, look, from New Mexico's perspective, they've been a team that have struggled throughout their existence in a lot of ways. They've only really made the playoffs once in the entirety of their history. They made the play-ins another time. And they may have made them more. Now I'm questioning myself. But they immediately and I just feel like there's so many players that kind of they have that longevity. That's why I'm actually intrigued. I'm intrigued by what Quill does, because here's the thing. There's a possibility for a break with the past. And New Mexico's gone big on some of its current and former players that have been here for years and big on that side of things. But in a lot of ways, clearly that's not worked. They haven't been a huge roaring success throughout their history. So I don't know. I think they're in for a very interesting transition period. It's going to be a project for Quill, definitely. And I don't know. I mean, look, how windy was it for me on the pitch? Devin asks. Very.
Yeah, fair question.
I'm sure you saw some of the footage from there. The dugouts blowing over, the ad boards blowing over. I mean, we
not the ad boards. Anything about the ad boards?
Oh, Max, don't go on about your ad boards. But upstairs, we were kind of looking down at the field and just wondering, okay, well, this is just about fine for now. You can get away with this. Your problem that you have comes when, if there was to be a point where the ball wouldn't stay stationary, that would be a big problem. Very big problem. And that would ultimately see the match suspended. So, yeah, it was, could the dugouts and the billboard being down be a hazard, says Devin? Possibly, but it would have to be, you think they could fall off, they'll hit someone or cause problems like that, which I don't think they ever really were.
Yeah, it's fair. Listen, nothing in a little wind didn't hurt. You're keeping warm out there in that patented white. Oh my gosh, there's a little car going in the background. Your patented whitish gray button-down shirt. By the way, I do want to shout out real quick before we get too ahead of things. We do need to take a second and realize what's important. Albert in the chat. Everyone spam Gerald. He'll have no idea what's going on. I absolutely second that. And please find my comment that's on the chat right now at Gerald Bourget. Just tweet at him. Just absolutely. He's from Albuquerque. Just absolutely bombard him with the tweets of a New Mexico loss, a rising win. Really,
just tell him what you think about Albuquerque. Tell him what you think about Albuquerque because he doesn't agree.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. No, but it's glad you stayed warm ish despite the win. It was a warm one, but hey, it's something where this was a team. They were, like we mentioned, they played on the front foot, but it was how they played. And I don't think this was the typical Rising match of let's try to find the perfect ball. Let's try to be safe. This was something where even in the first half where they were not coming off, those through balls in, they were, maybe a stride or two long on multiple occasions, but they were at least threading the needle. And my word, you maybe, right? You take a step in the right direction, literally, and you maybe get off that run a second earlier. Like you're saying, you're talking, it could be 2-3-0 in the first half. They were showing it early. It really was.
They were. It was, it's an interesting one, I think. I'll have some more stats for you in a bit. You know what? We haven't yet heard from the man himself. Should we take a quick listen to Mr. Juan Guerra and his overall thoughts coming off of that game?
This is all the players, man. This is all the players, the hard work they're putting in, connecting good performances. And tonight we connected a good performance that led to a good result. When we lose, we definitely know how to lose. We don't panic. We make sure that we focus on the weaknesses to try to get better and keep getting better week after week. When we win, we also stay very balanced. We celebrate tonight, but we got to turn the page very quickly because we want to go to Oakland and we want to put another performance that leads to a good result, and we want to keep climbing on the table. But tonight, I just want to congratulate the players, man. This is all the players, the hard work they've been putting in. They deserved a result like it was tonight versus a big rival in a very, very hard away place to come and play, and a hostile place to play, especially our rivalry match, right? So tonight we're happy. We still have a lot to work on, but we keep moving forward. We celebrate tonight. We turn the page tomorrow.
Listen, man, it's something where Coach said himself, we were, you were hesitant to call it a rivalry early on in the week. We shot away from calling it that, but it's something where whether it's a rivalry, an arch nemesis, whatever you want to call it, this was a game where there's tensions are high and there was passion. It's what we said on Monday. It's what we said leading up to this. There's a yellow card in the first minute. It's going to happen.
Not even 1 minute in. It was about 40 seconds.
Sounds about right. Yeah. This was something where emotions can either work for you or against you. And in this match, Rising was the cooler team. Rising was by far the cooler team. They were the more composed team, and they were determined. Like they didn't care if they were going on the road. They didn't care their normal style of play. They were going to take it to New Mexico, and it was for an entertaining match. And it showed not only in the scoreline, but in the performance as well.
Absolutely. I think, again, I mean, we're talking about the fact this team could have had 5. They could have had 5. Yeah. Sally there in the chat. She's here and high. I wonder if she's high on OGs. There we go. Max. Is Pink?
I'm sorry. Whoa. Did you just do a transition for
you,
sir?
to get you to do it. Do the ad transition.
You talking about these bad boys right here? These OGs pink lemonade, baby. That's right. It is the first day of summer today, June 21st, the longest day of summer. You can still get your limited edition OG's pink lemonade gummies now. Like, they're still open. Dispensary's still open. Doesn't matter. It's 9 o'clock here. You still got time. Go grab your pink lemonade dispensaries at a local dispensary near you. Not just today, but throughout the summertime. They're freaking delicious. Many of us at PHNX have indulged. Yeah, Devin, I can keep that thing on me. You already know, buddy. Come on. Check them out at ogsbrands.com. That's OGEEZ brands.com to find them at a local dispensary near you. And enjoying the fun. They got all the great flavors. As you already know, speaking of good flavors, you know who's got good flavors? You actually, Owen, you don't know who I'm going to transition to. Circle K or 4 Peaks. This is a choose your own adventure. Choose your own adventure. Chat, anyone calls it out.
I'm guessing
4 Peaks. All right, I got no objection for the chat. 4 Peaks, baby.
Would you know? They have Kilt Lifter on tap in the hotel here in Albuquerque.
We like that.
I know.
We like that. They're not just local. They're not just regional. They are, well, I guess regional is New Mexico. They are everywhere. Four Peaks, man. They got that thing on tap. All the good flavors, as you guys already know. It is hot out. We're hitting triple digits out here in Arizona. It's humid. Owain is sweating through his shirt. He needs a Four Peaks real bad, and I could use one too, especially after a victory like this. I believe I have one of their beers in the fridge, but I'm sticking to a shot at the moment, but I'm going to indulge some Four Peaks right after this. You could check them out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You must be 21 years or older to drink Four Peaks responsibly. No shenanigans, but yeah, drink Four Peaks and enjoy some OGs, all kinds of good stuff from our friends there, Mr. Owain Emmons, as you already know. Let's see. Devin Max, I did not know. I didn't know not been here in 4 weeks. Get the heck out of here. Yeah, man.
Time. Do you want a fact? Fun fact?
You hit me, please. Hit me with a fun fact.
I'll hit you a genuine fun fact. Phoenix Rising are unbeaten now in their last 56 USL Championship matches when leading at halftime. Of those, they have won 52 and they have drawn 4. That dates back to the 11th of October, 2018, when they lost 5-2 away to Las Vegas Lights.
That's a 5-2. That's a heck of a scoreline. Yeah, you know, that's something where the broadcast did shout that out at halftime. Fortunately, got the second goal wrong, crediting words, crediting it to Manuel Arteaga.
When it was indeed Panos Armenakas.
And it sure was Panos Arteaga's. And you know why? Because that's actually a fantastic acquisition. Mr. Panos Armenakas. I mean, he's got to be our man of the match, right?
Go for it. Max, man
of the match? Yeah, say so. He's our man of the match. You know, he absolutely had just a standout performance. 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 chances created. It's something where, the signing happens like right after I leave for my trip in South America. And all I'm going to say is this, I was gone. Couple, draws and whatnot happened. I come back. First match is a win, like a couple days afterwards. So first off, pat on the, we can drop that graphic because I want to show the people real quick. Pat on the back to me. First off, there we go.
You always pat yourself on the back, Max.
I did. People missed it. No, first off, it's something where the way that he plays, I've been noticing it's very almost counterintuitive in some ways in how Rising plays. And let me explain that for a second. It's highlighted in this match. A lot of the times, right, Rising, we've seen the side to side. They see splitting lines here and there, but a lot of their attack, right, as we've seen, it's either down the wing, it's towards the end line, cross it in, very lateral movement. He very much likes to take the approach of cutting inside, mixing it up, and drawing a crowd. We actually have a nice screenshot from the first goal where he assisted Danny Trejo and caught, it's a little blurry, credit ESPN Plus, but check this out. There are 6 defenders with eyeballs on him. He cuts inside. He has an overlapping run in Gallardo over his shoulder, and he has Danny Trejo, who he eventually finds on that far side. He draws a crowd, and he is not afraid to lay it off in the corner and make it happen. Like that to me is something where that's high soccer IQ. That's great level awareness. And I don't think, that's something where you can grow it over time, but you either have that innately as a player and you're built to look for those reads or you're not. And the fact that he is, and he's done that in a couple of matches. Yeah, he's lost the ball. Yeah, he might turn it over, but you like a player like that who's going to be daring and go at defenders. You love to see that. And it showed not only in the assist, also in the goal, and really just another points of this play. He was always driving at people.
Panos, the wonder child. Again,
Boom.
as was said
nice tweet, by the way.
as was said on Twitter, I believe. But we actually heard from Panos as well. He managed to speak a bit after the game about getting his first goal in Phoenix Rising colours. Let's have a listen to what Panos had to say.
Yeah, really, really good. To be honest, I didn't even know when in. I shot and I actually thought I missed it. My head hit the ground. But more than anything, just happy for the 3 points. It's been a while. I thought last game we deserved to win as well. I think it's been coming, but I think today was more a showing of the unity that we have in the team and the family and stuff. Maybe we didn't play the best today, but the most important was the 3 points on the road.
Yeah, love it.
There you go.
the guys integrating well, man. No, I think it's awesome to see, right? I mean, the fact that he's already staked that claim as one of the more influential attackers, and he brings something different, right? He's not necessarily an Arteaga. I mean, he scored tonight, right? But he's not necessarily an Arteaga where he's going to be that guy to, hit an across or be the one finishing at the end. He's not necessarily the Danny Trejo where maybe he's a bit more maneuverable in the box, but in those half spaces, my gosh, that is something that we have been missing from Rising. It's something we've been crying out for, whether it's a Fede Varela or whoever else is in that area to create. And we've missed that all season. And this really seems like it can be that link of that missing piece to really help things, keep on being fluid. I think it's something where I love seeing it, and it really showed tonight. But, it's not just about him. Who are some other standout performers that you noted from tonight's match? Chat, please join in as well.
Before we move on, I just want to say that the chat in there, Tyler, he may have butchered the spelling on there, but Tyler is comparing Panos to Kevin De Bruyne right now.
I'm surprised Kevin De Bruyne isn't in our chat. He will be soon enough.
Well, let's talk about Danny Trejo. Let's talk about a guy who, again, is someone who comes with a lot of pace. You can see him. We saw him constantly running down that left-hand side. He gets his goal, takes it well. Nice little reverse between Danny and Panos in the first goal, and the other way around on the second goal. So much so that actually we were debating at one point. I know, Max, you ultimately made the call to go with Panos. We were debating whether it was going to be Danny or Panos was going to get the man of the match there.
Yeah, he was. He ended up pulling in front, right, especially after the goal he scored. But even purely just based off the assist and his movement, I'm like, listen, Danny Trejo did well to finish that, but that ball is not getting to him. I don't really know if anyone else on the team is really putting that in the mix for him. Like, that's a ball that Panos absolutely brought to the attack. You say Danny Trejo, and I completely agree. Again, chat, curious to hear.
We got Sepp Blatter in the chat, or a guy claiming to be
gosh,
Sepp
I can bring
Blatter.
I knew it. I knew. By the way, this is a short tangent, but all I'm saying is, we hear Tyler mention Kevin De Bruyne, and then minutes later we got Sepp Blatter. Coincidence? I think not. But anyway, yes, some other performers that the chat's shouting out. Bandito's Bluebird. What's that coming over the hill? It's Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo. I love that. Absolutely. Someone who I want to highlight, and they mentioned it on the broadcast. Listen, he's gotten his fair share of crap, and he even had a couple missed chances tonight. I think some people were making the argument, at least to me, on Twitter, in the Discord, that he maybe could have laid out for that Danny Trejo half shot, half cross. But listen, the man scored, and don't look now. He is one goal behind a tie for the lead in the Golden Boot with 8 goals in the USL Championship. Manuel Arteaga, the man is pacing really well for all the crap we give him, for all the chances he's missed. He's really consistent in the sense of he gets on the score sheet about every other match, and that's damn good for us.
18-14 now. Is that 18-14 now?
If I'm doing my math correctly, I'm not a math major, but that's pretty good. If that
sounds about right,
it checks out to me.
Yeah, and
checks out to me.
Hernandez as well, getting a shout out in the chat, by the way. Yeah, he's unfortunately one of the casualties that comes in every so often. Rising playing quite banged up at the moment, and that's why actually I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out as well to Alejandro Fuenmayor. I don't believe was fully fit in today's match. Still does a solid job defensively overall. Look, I think there's a lot of issues now this club's going to have going into the next game because they have got quite a few people banged up. We saw that kind of today with Arteaga late. We saw that with Jose Andres Hernandez going off, not feeling in good shape. So we're going to have to see quite what happens with those, quite what that means. Look, even some of the other guys, you got Babacar Jai coming off the bench. Wasn't clear that he was going to make the trip, apparently.
Yeah, no, it's right. Yeah, guys.
Because of fitness.
No, for sure. No, you got guys stepping up. It's something where you're gonna have to go a couple deep, especially in you're playing a Wednesday match, turn around, play on Saturday, and you have to manage your squad accordingly. It's something where we said this is a match where you want to go for both matches, both winnable opponents, but you want to go for this one in particular, knowing who the opponent is, knowing the history, and knowing that this is the next match in front of you. And they did. And they handled their business accordingly. Also, shout out, right? I got a couple shout outs on, the account got a couple shouts on Twitter for Rakowski, right? I mean, I think the goal that he let in, brilliant turn by New Mexico. I will say that, honestly, he kind of, now he went through a revolving door, so that was a very nice turn, and maybe could have gone a bit better to react, but also at that point, it was just so quick, kind of hard to do. But Rakowski, listen, he's not used to starting matches. He's not used to starting these USL Championship matches this season, but he steps up, makes himself big, has that point-blank save on Santimora. Yes, Santimora, the Santimora of a couple seasons ago is bearing that, not the one of last season or really this one so far. Yeah. But, you make yourself big. You come in with that height, with that past pedigree, and championship pedigree you have, made it happen. And that's what you love to see. You want to rely on that.
Yeah. Look, I think, Max, you owe the people 2 more shots. Just to be clear here. You owe the people 2 more shots.
I'm not owing anyone 2 more shots, but if I was going to owe 2 more shots, I'd probably go down to our friends at Valley Tap Room. Valley Tap Room, right? They got the shots, they got the beers, they got the wine, they got the slushy machine with changing flavors and wine-based liquor, all the good stuff. Man, wish it was Tuesday. Otherwise, I'd be mopping up on trivia, as you guys know. But yeah, Valley Tap Room, they're good people out there. They were at our golf tournament last month. All the great stuff. Shout out Donald over there. You go to Valley Tap Room, you tell him Owain sent you, and he'll buy you a beer. Owain will buy you a beer. It's on. He's got a revolving tab on.
Only if Max happens to do the 2 shots that he still owes the people.
Don't you know?
You owe the people 2 more shots, Max.
I don't owe anything. No,
you do.
I don't know it.
You owe the people 2 more shots, Max.
I don't know nothing. Anyway, check out
our
friends.
It was 1 shot per goal. This was cool.
If you meet me
Kevin
at
De Bruyne now in the chat.
Here we go. Add this to my shot tab. Next time you see me at Valley Tap Room, when we're there, either for a Tuesday trivia and or a Rising Watch Party that will be coming soon. We have been promising that, but it will be happening in the next 2 months. I will do my 2 shots then. How about that? Take it to the bank. Clip this. You won't, but yeah, you won't.
So hold on a minute. No, Max. We need this clarified here. Whenever that watch party does happen, you will do a shot within the first few minutes after every goal.
Bet.
Rising score.
Bet.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, he said yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good
you won't clip it. You won't clip it.
Yeah,
check out Valley Tap Room on Instagram at Valley Tap Room, or visit them off the 202 and Gilbert. They got that good stuff on them. Who has good stuff on us? I'm telling you, man, I'm sweating. Owain is literally glowing. He's probably melting from like the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz because he's straight up just too hot in New Mexico. You need a Circle K. You need a nice Polar Pop to cool yourself down at America's Thirst Shop. Man, Circle K, they're everywhere. I know they're out in New Mexico. I passed through multiple of them when I was in Albuquerque and when I was leaving Albuquerque.
This one next to the hotel might have to fill up before we get as quickly out there as possible in the morning.
You're darn right. You fill up your car and you fill up yourself. Make sure you're not missing out on all the great stuff they have going on. You text PHNX. That's PHNX to 31310 to join their SMS subscriber club. That's fancy word for text. You're going to buy one, get one free offer on 2 32-ounce Polar Pops. That's buy one, get one free on 32-ounce Polar Pops. You can do the whole same flavor, multiple flavors, whatever tickles your fancy. Do it now. Again, PHNX to 31310, free Polar Pops. Let's freaking go. Bad News Bluebird. Really quick, I see on here, did Max sign any new partners when he was in Colombia? No. I'm going to be honest. No, still pending. But more coming on there. Everyone wants me to do the shots. It's not going to happen. You know what is going to happen, though? Want to take a look at the other matches tonight.
Hang on a minute. One more thing to do before we touch on the other matches. Because, of course, Phoenix Rising moving on after this game. At the final whistle, they got together in a huddle. I'm not sure if you'd have seen that in the broadcast. They were together in a huddle. The whole squad, the coaching staff for a short period of time there. I did manage to ask Juan what was the message being shared in that huddle. Here's what he had to say.
Let's go.
That we're together. We're together through thick and thin. That we're going to keep moving forward no matter what. That this group believes in what we're building, that this group is together, that this group is happy, that this group understands the organization that we represent, and we're very proud. We're happy to be here, and we're going to fight and give everything we have to put this organization where it deserves to be.
There you go.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it.
There you go.
And before I jump ahead again, anything else from this match? I know we're gonna do a little deeper dive, but anything
Now
else?
let's look around the rest of USL. There's not many games that take too long. Start by just saying, let's see, 3 other games. RGV 1. Colorado Springs Switchbacks 0. Frank Lopez getting the goal there in the 64th minute. Colorado Springs didn't manage to get a single shot on target the entire match. So I think that tells you something about what's going on there. Memphis 901.
I don't think you're going to score there. I don't think you're going to score if you don't get on target. Just going to point that out there.
Great analysis, Max. Memphis 901 4. FC Tulsa 0. Tulsa are really struggling right now. Really struggling. And yet you look at it, Tulsa have more possession, more shots, didn't make a single save. 4 shots on target for Memphis means 4 goals. Well, no, actually it doesn't, because one of them was an own goal.
Yeah.
So a little bit more complicated there. And then the other result from the night, Birmingham Legion 2, Loudoun United 0. Brett Fulton's man with a goal in that one. He sealed it. 2-0 there. Now, the result of those games means that New Mexico United has now dropped to 11th in the table. They are only above Las Vegas Lights.
Not great.
NMU dropping down that league. It does mean that Phoenix Rising now are 1 point behind Colorado Springs Switchbacks. They do have the game in hand over Colorado Springs. So it is in Rising's hands to leapfrog into 7th. They do remain in 8th, though, tonight. Again, they were 4 points back going into today. 22 points, but they've played a game less than Rising. And then you got a handful of teams as well that are within touching distance now. 4th place, Monterey Bay. 5th place, San Diego Loyal. They're both on 23 points, only 2 points ahead of Phoenix Rising, having played the same number of games as Phoenix. Now, Rising don't have San Diego left to play. They do have Monterey Bay left to play coming up in July. So this is a team now that could realistically, with very minimal effort, jump up to 4th.
Wow. Pinch me. Let's go. Hey,
well, actually, here's the thing. The gulf that today, right, the gulf that Phoenix Rising had between where they are in 8th and 7th, that's now the same number of points as it is between 8th and 3rd.
West
they
is
are 4
West
points behind San Antonio in 3rd. Now, Sacramento Republic, El Paso Locomotive. El Paso really, after a really slow start, that took us by surprise. They are pushing up that table. But, again, with so many teams that are not that far off, you've really got to take advantage of that. You've really got to take advantage, as Charles says there. And you know what else you need to do? You make sure that Max Simpson takes another 2 shots, as Michael is pointing out in the chat, because he is 2 behind on the shots.
Gosh, that's a segue. That's a transition right there. You know who doesn't pester me for shots, or at least not as much? It's our diehards in the Discord. You know why? Because they're good people. Because they care about my well-being. Unlike
you say
some
this,
people,
they're about to start going in the Discord now.
They won't.
Won't.
Well, if they want to start going into the Discord, they got to become a diehard.
Hang on a minute, Max. You say
no. What? Whoa.
You're saying this. Someone, Michael had already, as a diehard in our chat, over an hour ago, put 3 shots for Max, followed up by a short video there of shots being poured.
But that's different.
That's coming.
That's different. I'm 10 shots deep, apparently. That's different. I'm trying to tune out Michael because he just wants what's worse for me. I want what's best for him. I want what's best for our diehards. Our diehards, if you're not a diehard, you got to become one. Check out becoming a diehard. Go to phnxlocker.com to grab your membership, receive exclusive content, discounts on all events, merch, a free shirt, and by the way, apparently the ability to freaking send me DMs on Discord and try to feed me shots. And I'm a diehard. Max needs to buy us all shots. Okay, Damon. Yes, there is a Discord. Tevin, Max is my first PHNX Rising podcast in 4 weeks. Can I please get 2 more shots, buddy? This was like my second podcast in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I still did a shot. You guys are asking way too much from me. Come on.
2 more shots, Max.
Come on. Okay, fine. Here we go. Ready? Cheers.
Oh,
man, that was
you
good.
don't have
All right,
anything in
awesome.
there, Max. He's cheating.
How do you know?
He's cheating.
You're not in the cave.
He's cheating.
You're not in the darkness. You're
cheating.
glowing. You're literally. Anyway, I've already laid down the gauntlet. Next time, Valley Tap Room, and maybe if I'm able to agree upon it and you get that on air, maybe I'll do some shots. There's a match on Saturday.
You've already agreed it on air.
I've never agreed on it. Anyway,
you did.
Anyway,
we're gonna clip it after. In fact, I think Sally already has it clipped. So
no way.
I'm sorry, Max.
You
It's
won't.
too late. You're doing shots.
Anyway, let's get on out of here. If there's nothing
Yes,
else from you or the chat, no more shots. It was not a poo shot. It was out of a toilet bowl. There's a big difference. Anyway, appreciate you chat, sort of. Some of you guys, really, some of you guys, maybe none of you guys. I don't know. I love you all. I hate you all. You guys can follow me on Twitter at MaxDavidSimpson. You can follow Owen on Twitter at OJEvans18. You can follow us at PHNX __ rising, because double the underscore.
Double the margin between these two teams.
Oh, dude, I like that one. I
two-goal
wasn't sure
margin.
where you're going.
Mm.
I wasn't sure where you're going. Owen, are you going to get back to Phoenix in time for a show tomorrow or what?
Probably not. No,
Cool.
No, it's gonna be Oakland. I think is our next show. Post-game.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose so. Well, hey, you guys can catch us then.
And the
Rising's
pregame
match
show
away at.
And the pregame show.
That. Yes, you can catch us here on the pod on YouTube. After Rising's match at Oakland Roots, but of course, join us on our pregame show 30 minutes before every home and away match. 30 minutes before. Let's get it going. Excited. Freaking big victory. 3-1 to Phoenix Rising. So much good stuff. I'm sure we're going to be posting stuff on Twitter in the meantime. But yeah, very, very excited. Yes, we are excited for Owen to join us back on the mortal plane. Thank you, BJ. But until then, everyone, remember, the game is beautiful, but it's even more beautiful when you make it rain. We'll catch you guys next time. Laters.